Hello and welcome to my time, our chair yoga sequence tonight, where we're focusing on happy hips and stability and strength, and then a little bit on mobility as well, so that we keep ourselves in good balance and help us preserve our physical function, avoiding falls, etc. All right, so without further ado, let's begin our yoga practice this afternoon, evening. Find a comfortable chair, a seat in your chair, and we'll start with just a little breathing exercise. So letting both feet be flat on the floor and your hands resting on your lap. You can have them folded if you like, or just resting there on the side. Let the spine be tall, and on the inhale, feel the spine lengthen up through the crown. And then the exhale, let those shoulders come down, releasing a bit. And then just finding the breath in the body and feeling the breath here, breathing in and releasing. Letting your exhales be complete. Filling up and letting there be a light pause at the top of the breath. And then a slow release, letting the exhale happen and a releasing in the body. At the end of the exhale, take a nice full breath in, holding for a moment at the top. And then slowly blowing through your lips like a straw, releasing the breath. Letting go in the body, but using the lips to hold the breath back so it slowly releases. And repeating that breath 3 to 5 times. Nice full breath in. And then at the top, pursing your lips and blowing as if through a straw. Slowly releasing the breath and tension in the body. A few more times. Finishing the cycle you're on and taking one more now. And then letting your attention rest over your heart as your breath returns to its natural breath. Checking in with the emotional weather. How are you doing this evening? And if what you're finding is a bit of pleasant experience, just let a little gratitude come up to match and meet that. If, on the other hand, this moment perhaps is a bit challenging, then meeting that with kindness, perhaps a hand on the heart, caring for our challenging moments, being on our own side. And then beginning the physical practice, feel the length of the spine from the tailbone up through the crown. And gently drop the right ear over to the right shoulder and slowly roll your chin down towards your chest. Feel the back of the spine get long as you roll the ear up over the other shoulder. And then gently wind your way back. Chin down towards the chest. Rolling up over the shoulder. And back to center, down, chin to the chest. Bring your shoulders forward, up towards the ears. And then as you open your eyes, drop your shoulder blades down your back. We're going to do a couple shoulder rolls there, just welcoming our shoulders here to this moment. And then let your arms reach out. Now, if your arms don't go up too high, that's okay. Whatever works for you, please listen to your body. We're going to do a couple little small circles. activate the muscles in the arm. Really reach through the fingertips. So even if your arms are low, you can really strongly reach through your fingertips. No higher than the shoulders. So please do not bring your arms up higher than the shoulders. Reaching through those fingertips, those small circles. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing down the back. Yeah. And then change direction. Beautiful. Now roll your thumbs back to really accentuate that squeeze between the shoulder blades. We're stretching across the pectoral muscle here and squeezing our shoulder blades together. Inhale forward, exhale, squeeze. And again, let that breath really help you. Beautiful. And now I want to remind you, as we're doing these exercises, each of us is a little different with regards to our mobility. So please honor the body you're in, surfing the edge of what works for you, but always backing away from pain. So I'm going to cue to raise your arms up, but if your shoulders are bothering you, don't raise your hands. You can just bring them into a cross across the chest, or even keep them on your legs or on your lap. Okay? So cueing to raise your arms if that's comfortable for you, and then take a rotation now to the right. And when you do that, I'm placing my hand on my knee and my hip or the chair, but I don't want you to use that to pull yourself over. I want you instead to use the core. Feel the strength of the spine and use your own muscles to pull yourself, not pull yourself, rotate yourself. So whether you're using your hands or not, you still are able to rotate, okay? And then your hands can just lightly rest on the hip and knee. Inhale, option to raise your arms, and take the twist to the other side. Again, remember, twist from the center of you, bringing out that center part of your core. Once again, through center, option to raise your arms, and coming to the other side again, the right side. And this time as you twist, I want you to take the gaze and gently look over the shoulder. Coming back through center, take that twist off to the left, use the core, keep the spine long, and a gaze over the shoulder. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to do a little cat-cow posture. So option is to sit a little more forward on the chair, making sure that you feel secure. And I should note that we're having a sticky mat underneath us as we're practicing. That isn't absolutely necessary, but I do like to have a very surface that has got good grip, okay? So either you can be wearing shoes that have a rubber sole that will grip whatever surface is on, or bare feet on a sticky mat, okay? And then a nice sturdy chair for you to sit in, preferably one that doesn't have arms so that you can move your arms more freely, okay? And again, the grips on the chair prevent the chair from slipping, okay? Now back to our practice. So we're going to do a little cat-cow, hands on the knees, lifting the heart, noticing the spine get tall. Maybe your gaze goes up a little bit towards the ceiling. On the exhale, think of that small of the back, the navel pushing right on through your spine back. Let the neck and the chin tuck a bit. Inhale, bring that heart up. Just undulating the spine here a little bit, letting it warm up. Please honor the spine that you've got. Some of us have osteoporosis or osteopenia. We want to make sure that we're respectful of the mobility that we have in our spine. A tiny bit of muscular tension against the bones is good. It helps strengthen the bones, but not so much that we cause undue strain and even little microfractures. So gentle is the name of the game. Okay, finishing the cycle, you're on take one more. Breathing with it here, inhaling as you lift the heart. And very good. Now let's rotate over to the side of the chair. You may be able to do this from the front, but I find it a little easier if I come to the side. Now you'll notice actually my one leg is completely off. This class is called Happy Hips and we're going to be working on the hips now. So my one leg is off the chair, the other leg and the sit bone is on the chair. And then I'm going to rest my arm on the back of the chair so that I stay nice and sturdy. And you may want to sit so that more of the thigh is on the chair or less, whatever works for you there. Okay. And once you're seated on the chair, now we're going to work on rotating that free leg out to the side. And I'm going to just tent my fingers and put a little pressure on the outside of this thigh so it adds a little bit to the work, okay? So float that heel. And if that's too much, you're going to feel your core engage. When you float the heel, boom, the core engages, okay? So if that's too much, you can leave your foot on the ground and just slide it, okay? But alternative is float the heel, press on the side, and slowly rotate it open. And then softly let it return. Push on the side as you rotate open, let it return. One more time, push and open, let it return. This time as you come up, hold it at the top open and press on the side of the thigh. Your ankles flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly let it return, pushing it closed. Let it open freely and close it with a little tension, slow and steady. Open again and slow and steady. One more time, open and close. Let the foot rest, take a cleansing breath. Now you can repeat that sequence, or I'm going to give you the option here of lengthening out the leg and doing it with a straight leg. So you think about which one is going to be working for you. So try and float the leg and flex the ankle when you're doing this so that you have a little engagement, pushing through the heel, so to speak. Floating, pressing on the outside, and press as you open. Relax as it comes back. Press as you open. Relax as it comes back. Press on the side of the thigh and relax. Cleansing breath. This is quite a bit of work, so don't be surprised. You think chair yoga is easy, but it can be challenging. Okay, hold it open. Press on the thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close. Open passively. Press it closed. 2 more. Press it closed. 1 more. Press it closed. And cleansing breath. Now we have the other side. So coming to the other side, and you start to feel that activating the muscles here in the mid glute or gluteus medius, I believe it is. All right, so remember to support yourself on the back of your chair, letting that one leg be as free as it can be as we're taking these motions. And choosing to float the heel or not, as is right for you. Press a little tension here and float it open. Press it back. Actually, we're pressing as we open and then passively coming back. Press as we open, passively come back. Press as we open, hold at the top here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it closed. Open passively, press it closed. Open passively, press it closed. One more time, passively open and press it closed. Let the heel drop, take a cleansing breath. Now we'll do it with the extended leg, option to repeat with the bent leg. Okay, up to you. First, press it open, passively close. Press it on the thigh as you open the thigh, let it close. Press, let it close. Open and hold at the top here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push it closed. Open and push it closed. 2 more. Open and closed. Open and closed. Great. Letting it release, cleansing breath. All right, come around onto the chair here and sitting with just your sit bones on the chair. So most of the thigh is off of the chair. Spread your toes. Let a little weight happen in your heels. We're going to go from a squat to what I call a squeeze. We're squeezing the glutes and getting up standing, okay? So bring your hands to the chair and so that you can feel yourself pushing off as much as you need to there. Let that weight land in the heels, spread the toes, lift the heart, and lean into the weight of those heels. Start to squeeze the glutes, pushing, pushing, pushing on those glutes, and it slowly you rise up. Option to raise your arms if that feels good, and a big Y, okay? The front of the hips are opening up as your glutes are engaging, okay? And if your shoulders aren't comfortable, bring your arms out to the side, okay? Make it a happy practice in your body. Now we're going to come back down into our squat. So eyeball the chair behind you to make sure you're going to land safely. Place your hands behind you. Slowly lower, lower, lower. And what we're going to actually do is not sit down. We're just coming just above the seat. Squeeze the glutes and rise up. So we did a deep squat there and back up to a squeeze. This little movement is so important, getting up and down from a chair, okay? Glance behind you as you need. Come down into that deep squat like you're about to sit down, but let there be just a little space there, and then squeeze, lift it up, and open. Gonna do this 2 more times, coming down, eyeball where you're landing, and raise it back up, squeeze, yay. Now if you land, that's okay. Just come on into the standing after that. And again, slowly coming down. Little space at the bottom and squeeze it up. Beautiful. I think we can do one more, right? This is super good for us. Bringing it down, squeeze and raise it up. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to work with the feet just a little bit. So I want you to think about how important it is for the entire leg to work well, to have good mobility in your feet. So I'm just bringing a little bit of weight onto the chair as I step back with my right foot. And I want to just roll through the foot. So just notice my foot, how I come up onto the toes, roll through the ball of the foot, all the way down, pressing the heel down. And as I press the heel down, I sink the hip a little bit. That helps stretch the calf, okay? So roll it up and down a few times, really getting the full foot comfortable. And if you want to, you can come up on the ball of the foot just to stretch the sole of the foot a little bit more, and then bring the heel down slowly and letting that calf stretch. And then switching sides. Okay, same actions here. We're going to roll up into the ball of the foot and then sink the heel on this side. So back and forth, working on the sole of the foot right now. Having good flexibility in the ankle as well as the calf stretches. That lets you have better mobility in the ankle. A couple more times here with that ankle. And then let's come to standing. Now we're going to take a chair dog. So you may have heard of the pose downward facing dog, but in this case we're going to do chair dog, which means we use the chair to help us get to that same kind of stretch in our back and our shoulders, okay? So this can be a little bit intense for the shoulders. So those of you who might have anything going on with a rotator cuff or other shoulder issue, please honor the sensations in your body, choosing how much to engage or not, okay? So you can bring your hands here on the back of the chair and then just slowly, and let them be out at least shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. And then just slowly walk your feet back and then folding at the hips. So your knees are essentially straight with just a micro bend in them, but the hips are at 90 degrees. And you're going to let the body sink between the arms. And this is to open the shoulder blades just a little bit here. The fronts of the shoulders, I should say, across the pecs. So just feel that stretch a little bit, the tailbone reaching out behind you. Feel a little weight in your heels. The backs of the legs growing long. Tailbone to crown, very nice and long. Breathing now, fill the belly with breath. Exhale, scoop it in. Fill the breath. Scoop it in. One more breath here. And scoop it in. Gently walking up to standing. And just feeling how your back is feeling from that and across the shoulders there. Did you get a good stretch there? Right here across the pectoral muscles. So we'll do this one more time, holding on to the side of the back of the chair and walking yourself back and just seeing when is the right time here. The fold is at the hip. It's pretty much a 90-degree fold at the hip. Just getting your chair dog stretch in here. And one thing that I sometimes do is I sway my hips a little left and right, stretching out the side body. See what feels good to you. You can lift in and out of the stretch a bit. Breathing. And when you're ready, walking back up to standing. Okay, let's move our chair here into a position. Actually, I'm going to turn it the other way so that I can continue to face you as we take these postures. So we're going to come into a little flow sequence now. So I'm going to use the shorter side of the chair, but I think you could use the taller side of the chair as well. I'm bringing my left leg, and for you, you might be using the other side on your right if you're mirroring me. I'm bringing that here right in front of the chair, and then I'm putting some weight on the chair as I step my feet back. There's 2 lanes of traffic. This is a runner's lunge. And just choose the degree of distance between your feet that works for you. Might be further than mine, it might be much shorter than mine. Anything is fine. Just keep that front knee right over the ankle, okay? We're gonna take a runner's lunge twist here. So make sure you feel well supported and that the 2 feet have good traction. And then you can keep your hand on the chair. You might want to put the elbow on the chair. You choose which one feels better for you. Now keep an eye on your tailbone, or not an eye, a mind's eye on the tailbone through the crown, nice and long, and then rotate the heart towards the sky. Option to lift that left arm up to the sky. For you, it will be your right arm. And if that doesn't feel good to bring it to the sky, you can bring it to your hip and just roll your shoulder open. We want to take this twist, and this stretch is in the outer right hip for you. Okay, so just feeling that runner's lunge twist, or sometimes this is called the dragonfly twist if your arms are open. All right, bring that top arm down. Bring some attention to the back heel and let that heel come down so the toes are pointing out towards me, okay? And now that top arm becomes the bottom arm. So the elbow can be on the knee, the hand can be on the knee. You choose what works for you. You can also put the hand on the chair, okay? And then raise that right arm for me, but the left arm for you up to the sky. This is called extended side angle. Pressing the feet apart, raising the arm up. We're going to hold this pose for about 3 to 5 breaths. As you're holding the pose, options certainly to bring your hand to your hip, roll the shoulder open, and breathe here. On the exhale, drawing in the pelvic floor. Feet pressing apart. One more breath here. And now we're coming up to warrior 2. So we're going to engage this core as we float up. So really strengthen as we come up here. And you can definitely lean on the chair as you're coming up to your warrior 2. Perhaps you just keep one arm on the chair. Reach it out. Warrior 2. Make sure that front knee stays over the ankle. Breathing here. Feel the feet pushing apart. And your arms do not have to be up high. You can bring your arms down. You can fold your arms, cross your arms, whatever works for you. If you have one shoulder bothering you, not the other, protect it, okay? So please listen to your body. Now comes reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Turn the palm up and reach for the sky as this hand slides down. Again, option to not have the arm reach up so high. Just bring it down or cross it across the heart. Okay, peaceful warrior. Now straightening that front knee, reaching up. This is called reverse triangle. Okay. Keep the footing the same, and we're going to slowly fold. So the legs stay the same, but we're going to bring this top arm down to the inside of this leg. You can also bring it onto the chair as the other hand comes up. Again, option to leave it on the hip or come up. Trikonasana. 3 breaths here. Most important is keeping the spine long and the breath flowing. Keep drawing your right hip back. My left, your right, the front leg. Keep drawing that hip back to get a good stretch in the back of that leg. And then bring both hands to the chair. Stabilize yourself as you step forward together. And we're going to take these moves on the other side. So I'm moving my chair over so that I can take these moves with the other foot forward, okay? So bringing my right foot, your left foot, alongside the front short edge of the chair, and then using my weight on the chair to step back for that lunge. 2 lanes of traffic here. Take a moment to let that tension happen between the legs, and it's absolutely okay if this is a much shorter stride for you, and maybe you don't even reach down to that level of the chair. Maybe you prefer to have the tall edge of the chair up close to you, okay? So you can switch the direction of the chair and use this as support as well. So this could be a runner's lunge as well, okay? So please honor the body that you're in, taking those stretches to just the right degree for you. Okay, 2 lanes of traffic, good tension between the 2 feet, front knee right over the ankle. Now we're going to come into that dragonfly twist, okay? So choose, is your hand going to go on the chair? Is your elbow going to go on the chair? Keep the spine long. Let the heart slowly rotate. Use the core muscles to rotate, not using your arms here. Option to reach up with that top arm or keep it on the hip. Keep rolling the shoulder open, whether the arm is up or not. Feeling the stretch in the outer left hip for you. Breathing here. Another breath. And then slowly moving now into our extended side angle. So we'll bring our hands to the chair as our back foot, heel comes down, toes point out towards me, okay? Single lane of traffic here. Let the elbow, the hand or the elbow come to the knee or the chair. Rotate that top shoulder open. You can stay here with the hand resting on the hip or raise the arm to the sky. Breathing. Engage the pelvic floor with exhale. And again. 3rd breath. Now moving into Warrior 2, this is one of our most challenging positions because you want to engage the core to float yourself up. You can also lean on the chair, but see how much core action you can bring yourself into Warrior 2. Okay? Activate those muscles as you make those arms long. They may not be up as high as the shoulders. Definitely don't go higher than the shoulders. So you choose what's right for your shoulders today. 2 or 3 breaths. Rotate the front palm over and reaching now in Peaceful Warrior. Option again, don't have to put that hand so high. If that doesn't work for you, bring it across the heart. When you're ready, straighten that front knee. Reverse triangle. The arm can be up if you'd like. Please listen to your body and the wisdom that is there. Now we're gently holding our footing while we're rotating our arms. So now the top arm comes down, and you can place it on the chair if you'd like, and the back arm comes up. Trikonasana, triangle posture. Keep drawing that front hip all the way back to lengthen the back of that leg. Breathing for 2 more. Keep your neck nice and long. Then place your hands on the chair as you step your feet back together. Okay, how did you do in our flow? Hopefully that worked pretty well for you. Okay, we'll take that, now we'll move into our core sequence. And just before we do that, I want to just kind of loosen us up just a little bit. We were holding some strong standing poses there. So just take a moment to soften the knees and shake the arms just a little bit to let go of any tension that we might be holding. And then you might enjoy what we call empty coat sleeves, where you soften the knees and let the arms rotate just a little bit side to side. There we go. Getting rid of some of that tension. The last pose I'd like to take before we move into our core is our conductor pose. So have your feet out at somewhere around 45 degrees, a little wider than the hips. We're going to soften the hips and knees. We're going to kind of come into what we're calling conductor. We're conducting the orchestra. Inhale as we come up, lifting the heart, squeezing the glutes. And if it doesn't feel good to lift your arms so high, don't lift them so high. Okay to just bring them out to the side. So option to lift or not, and then conduct that music. Let the arms come behind you. Activate those glutes as you lift up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, raising up and folding. Raise and fold. Lift again and fold. And then slowly coming back to standing. Okay, now we're going to come into a little bit of core practice. So go ahead and come back into your seat. And the first practice we're going to do is called elevator. So you might actually sit a little bit further back on your seat on this one. And see if you can bring your hands to the side of your chair so you get a little bit of tension there. And we're going to work the pelvic floor. So think of your pelvic floor as an elevator, and you're going to be bringing the elevator up. So engage at the bottom, and on the exhale, raising that elevator up. At the same time, use the palms of the hands to press into the sides of the chair here, or the chair seat, and press in as you're raising that elevator. So get the spine nice and tall, shoulders back and down, and exhale. Raise the elevator up as high as you can, and then hold at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, letting the elevator back down. Soften the elbows. Cleansing breath. Raise the elevator. Press into the palms. Straighten the elbows a little bit. Squeeze. Bring it up with the exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the elevator come down. We'll do this 3 more times, cleansing breath. Press into the chair, raise the elevator, and hold with the exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Twice more now. We're getting there. Press into the bottom of the chair, raise the elevator, engaging with the exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We want to have a nice strong core including the bottom of our core. So that means all the muscles around the side so that we can easily move side to side, front to back, and also hold in the contents of the abdomen from the bottom. Last one, press into the chair and exhale, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let the elevator back down. Excellent work. Okay, let's come now a little bit forward on our chair. So just the sit bones are on the chair. We're going to do a little marching in place. So you might lean back just the tiniest bit. Option to place your hands behind you if that helps you get a little more support. Or just start by lifting one leg and then the other. Feel the engagement of the abdomen as you do that. Okay, keep that core, the bottom of the abdomen, engaged, the pelvic floor, as you're taking these little tiny steps. Breathing here. And marching. And if you can't get your full foot off the floor, that's okay too. Just raise up the heel as much as you can. With each engagement, those muscles are getting stronger. And then, who knows, next time you might be able to do a little bit more. We start where we are and just put a solid effort in, making sure to listen to our body's response as we are working out, and that's how we guide ourselves to more strength with wisdom. Okay, finishing the cycle that you're on, and one more. And resting, cleansing breath. Now we're going to engage the core by leaning back, okay? So just maybe even put your arms out in front of you as a bit of a counterbalance, or just rest them on your knees, either way. Keep the heart lifted. So instead of going down with the heart like this, we want the spine long, the heart lifted. And then we're just going to slide back, and you can go back as far as your chair will let you, okay? And back and forth. In fact, I think what I might do, I might change the direction of my chair here so you can see what I'm doing with regards to this lifted heart, lean back. Feeling the front of the abdomen engaging here, a little bit engagement on the back body. Keep the spine strong and breathe with it. Exhale as you lean out. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Feel the navel going in. We'll do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. And then coming back to seated. Now you can certainly take those same postures again, or you can combine them. So I'm going to offer that you can kind of do a little bit of both the marching and also the leaning back. So I'm coming here so that my back can lean back further and I don't have the chair blocking, okay? So option to lean back here, lift the heart, and then float the heels as well. Coming back to sitting up, and then leaning back, float the heels. Option to bring them out in front of you and bring them down. Lean back, option to lift those legs and back down. So do what's right for you. You can just engage the legs or just the top part. Okay, so work whatever is right for you. Or you can just march the legs. And resting now, cleansing breath. Coming back, facing each other one more time here as we do a little unwinding from our practice. We'll gently rotate ourselves to the side. Option to raise your hands if you'd like to. Rotating to the right. And just feel the core rotating you, not your arms. So no pressure from the arms. Inhale up. Or just bringing your hands across, either one. And rotating to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate. This time, bring the gaze over that shoulder, looking the opposite way. Gently through the center. And rotate again, off to the other side. Gaze over the other shoulder. And release. Bring your hands on your knees and we'll take just a little bit of cat-cow again. So let the navel push back. Inhale, lift the heart, the gaze. Exhale, navel pushes in and back. Couple more times here. Follow your breath. And releasing. All right, we're going to move into our Shavasana posture now. And in that case, we want to let the echo of our practice kind of settle into our body and our bones. So you may find this a good time to rest or recline on your bed or your couch. Either one is just fine. You can also rest right here in the chair by just finding a comfortable position where you can lean back just a bit. And it may be helpful for you to put a cushion behind you if that works for you, so that you can be very restful. Your hands can be on your thighs. Then just let your breath come into your body. One more option for you is if it's available to you to come down onto your mat, you can also do that. And just bring your feet up into the chair. So it's kind of a little bit of a legs up the wall option. So any of these, resting in your bed, on a chair, a couch, or on the mat with your feet resting up in the chair would all work. Once you get yourself settled into a Shavasana position, just take a moment to find the breath in the body. Let the breath be a little fuller and your exhale a little longer. We use these deeper breaths to activate the vagal nerve that goes between the lungs, that rest and digest and recover side of the nervous system. Another nice full breath in. Slow exhale, blowing those clouds up into the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, softening through the body. Letting go in the shoulders, through the arms, the elbows, the wrists, and out through the fingertips. Another full breath in. Soften the skin over the forehead, letting the eyebrows drift apart as you exhale, and the eyes soften. Releasing and letting go. Soften the cheeks. Let the mouth be soft, the inside of the mouth and the tongue heavy and soft. into the torso and just letting the breath be heavy in the body. With each exhale, getting a little heavier, sinking into your surrounds. On your own for a few breaths now. And now finding the breath again in the body. Beginning to perhaps find a little movement in your fingers or toes. Rotating the neck side to side. Finding any movement that feels good to you. And if you're reclined and want to stay in a reclined position, please do. If on the other hand you're ready to come to a seated posture or still in a seated posture, feel free to join me in a seated posture as we close our practice time together. Thank you for joining me with this yoga chair practice. I appreciate your attendance and look forward to your participation in the chat afterwards. My hands together, your hands together. My heart sees the light and life in you. May you have peace. Om Shanti. Namaste.